All right, welcome back to the Point Guardian. We're live from the UC San Diego campus. I'm Marcus. I'm the managing editor at the UCSD Guardian.
I'm Miguel. I'm data visualization editor at the UCSD Guardian.
And we'll be joined by Alex, the sports editor, who will be here soon, hopefully, if he doesn't get lost before.
Sounds like Alex.
So we're taping this on Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, February something. 8th was the trade deadline. A lot of stuff happened, which is always fun. So I think this episode will just be us talking about it, basically. Let's get the ones that we don't really care about out of the way.
All those.
The Magic and the Suns trade. So the Suns trade for Elfrid Payton for a second round pick.
That's selling low.
Thoughts?
That's selling low on Payton. I honestly think they could have gotten more for that. For the Suns, it's an amazing trade. They get however many years of Payton.
Yeah.
They give up a second round. He was a first round pick. He was a lottery pick. So I don't know what the Magic are trying to get out of that second round. They don't have a big history of drafting well in the second round. So It's not like they can trust on that.
No one does except for Pop, basically.
The Dubs have been doing pretty well.
Yeah. Because they're stealing our players.
Whose fault is that?
That's true.
I mean, I'll give you what is it, $3.5 million any day?
Yeah. Well, the thing with Elfrid Payton is that, I mean, sure, but like that doesn't make the Suns better right now.
Yeah.
Maybe he fits their now they actually have a point guard, but a point guard that can't shoot. I don't know really how he works with Devin Booker, because Devin Booker has the ball a lot.
I mean, Alfred's a defensive pass-first point guard. So if anything, he should allow Devin Booker to play a bit more off the ball.
Yeah. He can be more of a spot
could make
shooter.
him better. It could make him worse. He could be like the Harden type of shooting guard that wants the ball in his hands all the time.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. I mean, he did play alongside Bledsoe for a long time, who was also pretty ball dominant.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, so Bledsoe was like an alpha, though.
It adds someone to their backcourt where it's a complementary piece to Booker for pennies at a time.
That's fair.
That's all it really is.
Let's just run through those. Bruno Caboclo has switched for Malachi Richardson. Nobody cares about that. The Kings get another center. I don't know why. Good for them, I guess. The Bulls get Noah Vonleh because the Trailblazers wanted to get out of his contract, so the Bulls take on his contract, which, okay.
You want more power forwards.
Yeah, first of all, we want more power forwards, and second of all, it's not like we were trying to, clear space to have like a good, healthy cap space, but okay. I guess he plays center more than power forward, but still.
He is power forward.
We have six half decent 6'10" to 7 footers on our team.
You got rid of one.
Yeah, but still, this literally goes against what the NBA is about nowadays. But anyways, the Hawks acquired Sheldon Mack. Nobody cares about that.
Going back to the Bulls Blazers trade, I just want to mention that the Bulls got cash considerations as well. So you're getting more and more cash.
Man, this sucks. Alex is here. Wow, he made it.
Did you guys talk about the Lakers yet?
No, we kept that for you.
Thank you.
So, we're keeping the Cavaliers and the Lakers and all this thing for the
all
for
I
want
to say is maybe your owner is picking up all that cash and then trying to run.
I don't mind. He can go away. We're talking about the Bulls in case you didn't.
I figured that
notice.
out. Wait, what happened with the Bulls? Did they trade anyone?
They got Noah Vonleh, which has has like a $8 million a year contract or something like that, which is just crazy for
his skill
what
level.
Kind of player he is. Nets and Pelicans switched Dante Cunningham for Rashad Warren. Nobody cares. I mean, we're just going through those. Pistons get Jameer Nelson, the reunion with Stan Van Gundy. The Bulls get Willie Reed and the right to swap a 2022 second-round pick.
I have a quick question.
It was traded picks.
How old is Jameer Nelson?
He was what, 25 during the Dwight Howard era.
Okay. He's probably 34, something like that.
Okay, that's not crazy.
I mean, I love junior.
I mean, they need guards
way back
anyways, so
I just feel
he's not the long-term solution.
I think Chicago wins that trade, actually. Because, one, they get Willie Reed, he's
36.
Who's a pretty damn good backup center. And maybe even a starting if he, like, develops properly.
Oh, wow. Another big man.
Yeah,
wow.
For the Bulls.
Great.
You're getting on big man, but I think the big one is actually swapping the picks, because Detroit went all in on.
Yeah, it's still a second rounder though.
It's 4 years later.
That's fair, but it's still a second rounder. I don't care if you get someone in 35th. He's not gonna like make or break your team.
Hopefully, you guys are better than 35th. So technically, you'd be winning that trade.
You don't have to tell me that. The Heat acquired Luke Babbitt again. Whatever, and now we're slowly starting to get to the good part.
That's actually a good pick for them because it's a good 3-and-D player.
He's all right.
I don't know who Akara White is.
Yeah, me either.
So that was a good trade for them.
So the two last ones I want to just get through really quickly. The Pistons get James Ennis, and the Grizzlies get Bryce Johnson. Again, doesn't really make a difference. The Pistons get another point guard, I guess.
Yeah,
they have like 5 now. Because Reggie Jackson is still injured, but I think they're gonna still move like some players around once Reggie Jackson comes back. And then the last one is the Knicks, Nuggets, and Mavericks trade. So the Knicks get Moutier, the Nuggets get Devin Harris, and the Nuggets get Devin Harris, and the Mavericks get Doug McDermott.
Your favorite?
Oh,
Dougie.
My friend who's a Mavericks fan was really happy with the Doug McDermott trade.
He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
He's a good. I mean, he's a liability on defense like every other white wing player. The one I want to talk about is the Knicks acquired Emmanuel Mudiay, and they just drafted my boy Frank
Ntilikina.
Sure, Ntilikina.
I butchered that name, but yeah. I don't understand.
That's kind of weird.
Doing this.
The Nuggets.
Yeah.
Why?
They sold low on Mudiay.
They wanted to get rid of him though.
They want to get rid of him, but again, they're selling low. Like, I'm sorry, but Devin Harris at 34 versus Moutier, I think you can get more value out of Moutier even going into the playoffs. And what? They could have gotten I guess they got the second round pick.
We can see this. We can see this as them like selling low on Moutier, but also like what is the trade market for Moutier? Who needs another point guard? You know, like who is going to give up anything for him? That's kind of how I see it. Where it's like just get something and just get out of it. I don't know.
They could have swapped Moutier with Payton with the Magic.
No, that would make sense actually.
That would make sense because the
but
Magic
the
get
Knicks,
to try
the Knicks
a new
absolutely
point guard,
need another point guard.
And the Nuggets get to try a new young player who can pass and defend, which is what they need.
The Magic is just rebuilding as usual. So
for like 7 straight years.
So the Knicks, just to go over them quickly. So Porzingis gets injured. He's out for the rest of the season. He might not even come back for the beginning of next season. He might not come back completely healthy because he tore his heel.
Yeah.
He's like a 7'2". I mean, he plays power forward, but he's basically a 7'2" center that, you know,
in this day and age
has issues with his knees, which is usually not a good combination. So they get Moutier. They can't even play him with Frank. It's just kind of the same thing as the Lakers. We're gonna get to the Lakers after, but like,
I'm so excited.
Getting IT with
you
Lonzo,
excited?
it's kind of like weird because you're trying to develop the player that you just drafted, right? And then you get like another young player in there. I don't know. This trade doesn't make sense for the Knicks, I feel like, but unless they take Moutier and put him on a bench, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know what the Knicks are doing as usual.
From what it seems to me, it looks like they either want to run 2 point guards, which I doubt is going to happen, or they're trying to see if Moutier is a better version of Ntilikina.
Well, he's gonna be because Ntilikina doesn't have any offense. He's a really good defensive player at his position, but right now
he could definitely like learn an offense.
The problem is that they're both like, I mean, Moutier is 21, Ntilikina is
19.
Yeah, and like, are you just gonna develop both of them at the same time? Like, that's just not gonna work.
I mean,
You're gonna
it's
have
not
to
like
get.
they're not getting playing time. It's not like they're gonna be taking playing time away from each other.
No, it's
Because
sure,
they
but
can play
if you
anyone
want,
right now, and
but
no
if you want
anyone
both of
can change
them
the
to
outcomes.
play to be a point guard, and one of them is gonna have more playing time than the other, is gonna develop better.
I mean, you can play them at the same time. Might as well. I
don't-
mean, it's
I
not
don't
like they're
see
caring
it.
about wins.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean they're probably gonna be tanking right now. I feel like the Mavericks are the big winner. They get McDermott for nothing, for Devin Harris.
Pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
They also get
Sure.
a second round pick, but
Yeah, might as well do it. Now we're getting to the good things. Let's keep the Lakers straight for the end. So the first thing is the Heat get Dwayne Wade for a 2024 second round pick. It's basically a dump. Like just
Yeah.
Wade,
It's super
Wade go back to the
protected, too.
Heat.
It's a protected second round pick, which I don't usually see.
It's
But-
stupid. But
It was pretty much get him ready to retire.
they just
I
wanted to
guess.
get rid of him.
Yeah, is he gonna play any like meaningful minutes?
That's the thing
I could
because
see him,
Waiters is out.
Since Waiters is out, he's starting.
The Heat are definitely gonna make the
starting shooting guard.
playoffs.
Uh-huh.
It's an interesting
I
setup
want
for
to see
him.
them face up against the Cavs and then destroy them.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's probably not, but hey. What was interesting was Whiteside's reaction when they told him Wade got traded to the Heat. He was like, "You're kidding, right?
No.
You're joking, right?" So it's either was there chemistry issues there?
I don't think there was chemistry issues, but it was like well documented that Wade and Riley had issues when
Yeah.
Riley let him go, and then
Wiley and Ray, they had.
and I think that's
they had
why like people were just
issues
surprised
because
that
they
that
didn't
would.
want to give him the max, right?
Yeah, I think people were just surprised that that would happen. Yeah, but now he's fine. People can sign him for like $5 million. The guy got like $20 million from Chicago for literally playing like 60 games.
You sound so happy about that.
I love him. I really wanted Wade to come to Chicago in 2010 when like it was that summer where everybody was a free agent and it was like, oh, Dwayne
He's
Wade's from
coming
Chicago, etc. And then like they all like went and I was just like, okay. And then they get him in 2016. I was just like, ugh,
Taking my talents.
are
to
you
South.
kidding me? All right, let's get to the Cavaliers' sale of the entire roster. That includes a deal with the Lakers.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna make you wait.
God damn it.
I'm gonna go. Let's go over the George Hill, Rodney Hood, and
Oh, fuck that.
They finally got it to work.
so yeah. So the first deal that was presented like a week ago was like George Hill for basically Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith. By the way, Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith, the most linked Cavs player to a trade, are still on the Cavs, which I just think is
I
fucking
mean,
great.
LeBron likes his boys.
Yeah, they're so bad though. So George Hill, Rodney Hood to the Cavaliers. The Jazz gets Crowder and Derrick Rose, and then the Kings get Shumpert, Joe Johnson, who is probably gonna get bought out, just like Derrick Rose. A second round pick, cash, and the rights to some player. And yeah, that's about it. So basically, the Cavaliers get a 1 and 2 guard. Rodney Hood is 6'8". I don't know why he plays 2, but apparently he does.
I think we have to talk about this with the Laker trade because it's a sum of all parts kind of thing.
Okay, so the way to project the Cavaliers lineup is George Hill and Rodney Hood like fit in right,
Yeah.
in the starting lineup, and then the Lakers trade, which is sending Isaiah Thomas and Channing Frye to the Lakers for Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr.
Although, would
Yeah,
we
none of
bring-
them are going to start, so
I think
I
both of
feel-
them are coming off the bench.
yeah.
They should.
They're great bench players, that's what I can say. Jordan Clarkson, great sixth man.
Yeah, for $12 million a year.
Sure.
Ugh.
Yeah. I actually think Hood will be coming off the bench. He's better than J.R. Smith. But if J.R. Smith throws a tantrum again,
Rodney Hood is the best player on that team outside of LeBron right now, because Kevin Love is
George
injured.
Hill's not someone to be.
Rodney Hood can average 20 points a game, though. George Hill can't.
See, I think it would be bad for them to start Rodney Hood. He is their best player.
They have
But-
to. They have to start him.
J.R. Smith threw a tantrum with Dwayne Wade. Do you think he's not going to throw a tantrum if someone unknown
J.R.
like
Smith
Rodney
shouldn't be
Hood?
playing on that team. I understand what you mean. I understand what you're saying, but Rodney Hood is 25 years old. He's averaging 17, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game, shooting 39% from three-pointer, and he's an above-average player. which J.R. Smith isn't. J.R. Smith should not be starting over him.
I mean, would anyone really want to listen to J.R. Smith? Like, would anyone care if he gave a tantrum? I know.
Hey, bad locker rooms kill teams.
Yeah.
So you have one bad egg in there, and then shit
J.R.
goes.
Smith should have been
But
traded.
if he's gonna get his way by giving a tantrum, isn't that just the sign of a bad locker room in general?
Well, are we arguing that they have a good locker room, or are we arguing that?
Funny.
Haha.
I don't know. J.R. Smith has an 8 PR. He's a 7. He's like, he's. I don't even want to. He's averaging 8 points, 38% shooting from the field. That's
starting
horrible.
material.
A lot of people call him the Cavs X factor in that.
But
when he
he's
locks down
not.
defense
Not
and when he hits
anymore.
shots, he's insane. But
Yeah, but not this year.
now you're saying, nah.
He should
I
not
think
be
this
starting.
trade is going to end up terribly since they couldn't get rid of J.R. Smith.
Or Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson can work.
I mean, they have to play
The only
him.
thing that he has with him is the Kardashian curse.
Tristan Thompson's only 6'9". Jesus.
Good number.
God dang it. But yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd have both the Laker players coming off the bench. So they pretty much traded Shumpert, Crowder, and IT for 2 starting guards. And then
And Derrick Rose.
better
Don't forget.
bench.
Please, don't forget Derrick Rose.
Oh, who can forget Derrick Rose?
I'm sorry, but he wasn't playing, so
He just got bought out, right?
yeah. So they
Yeah.
pretty much added a slightly better bench.
So the thing is, okay.
But
so
I think they got worse overall in terms of when LeBron sits, well, what the hell is going to happen? Because the idea before was that IT would take over the Kyrie role. They don't have that now.
yeah, but IT has been terrible this year.
The guy just came back from injury, and like what? He's got what? 16 games? Like
Well,
I barely know if he has his feet under him already, and he's also
Yeah, but-
dealing with a locker room passive aggression of LeBron James at the same time. Come on.
Yeah, but who is telling you that he's gonna get better? Because he's definitely not gonna get better.
I mean, at least when I saw him playing the Warriors, it looked like he was, 1, a step slow, and then 2, catching his breath the entire time.
So Isaiah Thomas is averaging 15 points, 2 rebounds, 4.5 assists this season, shooting a whooping 36% from the field, 25% from 3, and has a below average PR and negative win shares.
I mean, who has positive win shares in that game or on that team?
All the other players. And he's the worst defender in the league for the past 25 years.
Not because of that's not his fault though.
It's a little bit his fault.
It's his fault for being 5'9".
Well, I don't.
I mean, it's
The
Good
guy
for
plays as much defense as he can.
Yeah, but he's still a liability. I'm not saying like, oh my god, he should be playing more defense. Like,
just
for him.
because if I became a player in the NBA and I tried as hard as I could on defense, like
He'd
that,
still be a bad
it'd
defensive
still be my
player. That's
fault,
the thing. It's like, sure, it's not his fault, but like,
Yeah.
okay, that's still him.
I mean,
That's still the player you're getting as a guy that can't shoot right now, doesn't have any of it athleticism back, and doesn't contribute on the defensive end. So he's useless. Right now, maybe he
Yay.
gets better, but still, like, okay. So let's talk about this from the
I just
point
don't
of
think
view
LeBron
of.
James is going to play the 48 minutes because they're going to get destroyed whenever he
Yeah, but they were
sits.
getting destroyed without him, anyways. The thing about the Cavs right now is that their salary cap situation is even worse than before, which is good job to them. Because Rodney Hood has a pretty big contract, and then Clarkson obviously has one too, and then you still have Thompson and J.R. Smith, who are getting paid. But okay, so let's look at this from the point of view of the Lakers. The Lakers get Isaiah Thomas, who has been claiming he's not coming off the bench.
and Magic is like Lonzo is our starting point guard.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
he should be. I mean, you're trying to
Yeah.
develop him. The guy is 19 and expecting, apparently.
So your lineup would be Lonzo, IT,
It can't be.
Ingram,
It's probably gonna stay
Kuzma, and then who's your center? I guess Brook Lopez.
like
Who should have been traded?
I
He's
think
crying on the
They got Channing Frye too. Oh my
Lopez
god.
has had a pretty good week or two since he was crying on the bench. He's been playing more in the fourth quarter. I think the game like immediately after his crying game, he had like a legit fourth quarter and basically won
The
them the
crying game.
Yeah.
That's great.
But I don't know.
Sounds like LeBron's cramp game.
Yeah.
With Lonzo out right now, it's been I believe Josh Hart, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Ingram, Randall, and Lopez.
KCP.
And Hart and Pope are like both like really good defensive guys, and so like we like having that defense, that shooting guard.
Honestly, you should have traded him for something like a second rounder or a first rounder.
Probably, yeah. He's on a
Hopefully
one-year
you can
deal.
get a first rounder. I don't know
You
how
can't
many
get a first
teams
rounder for him.
would try it. I mean, I could see what. Who has space? Philly?
Yeah.
And who's our point guard right now? Markelle Fultz, who's either can't shoot for shit or out.
Ben Simmons.
Ben
You don't
Simmons
need another
plays
ball
defense.
handler in Philly. You need a shooter.
But there are teams
Yeah.
that would not mind taking him. For a second rounder?
He's
That's
alright.
a win. And
He's
it's also a win
alright.
for the Lakers because they don't have to deal with this problem anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to keep him anyway.
Yeah, I wonder
They're
where he'll
all
go after
Lonzo's the
season.
future. So they should have swapped him immediately.
I mean, maybe there just wasn't
I
any
honestly don't-
trades.
Wait, are we talking about Thomas right now or Pope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Keep going.
But yeah. So
I mean, they're probably gonna buy him out, right?
they're probably going to buy him out, but they could have gotten a second rounder out of that. At least.
I mean, they're obviously trying to get someone in the free agency, right?
Yeah.
They get
Paul George.
they got a first round pick. They got the Cavaliers' first round pick, which is gonna be like 22 maybe. No, 22 is too high. 25.
Okay, but that's what?
Yeah, but are you really gonna continue paying Jordan Clarkson 12 minutes to come off the bench on a team that's losing?
No.
70%
They did well
of
in
the
the
game?
trade, but they
Yo,
should
we're
have
like 12 and
got
4 in the
another
last
trade
month.
in.
Yeah, but you're still not making the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, but we're improving.
Okay.
I feel like IT should, like, they did well in trading off their extra pieces, I guess. I do think that losing Nance is super big for them because he was their glue guy. But
Yeah, I think I think with the emergence of Kuzma, like that makes that extra 4 expendable. Especially if we're going all in on Randall, which I don't know what happens in the off season, but
send IT back to the Suns.
Man, there's
Send
not
him
going to
to
be
the
any
Kings.
market for him
If
in the
the
offseason.
Suns can get Payton for a second rounder, I think they'd rather have IT. Actually, no. They'd rather have Payton. Never mind.
No, just take Peyton because IT is going to come in and like fuck up your locker room.
has he been a locker room issue before the Cavs?
No, because he
No,
was
he
the
hasn't.
man. That's the thing. It's like he started not playing well, and then
Send him back to the Kings.
I don't know how I feel. I mean, the Cavaliers picked up a lot of younger parts than what they had.
Yeah.
They could be realistically a 9 or 10 seed if they didn't have LeBron because the East is just trash. If Kevin Love comes back, right? So just they're in some sort kind of like planning for the future. They still have the Nets pick, which is important to notice because it's gonna. I really thought that would like the 3 parts that we thought would go were Thompson, J.R. Smith, and the Nets pick, and none of those went.
That's if we thought that they're going all in.
I thought they were gonna go for Kemba Walker.
They did
that's
very
why.
well in that. In a post LeBron era, they have pieces still.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they're kind of building something that could contend this year and can also be relevant in 3 years basically. And the Lakers clear out space. The Jazz are going to clear out space. The Kings are the Kings. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't think they know what they're doing.
I think they're gonna buy out Joe Johnson.
They're definitely gonna buy out Joe Johnson.
Yeah. So let's talk about the buyout market. Tony Allen was waived. Joe Johnson might be bought out. Derrick Rose might be bought out. Marco Bellin just got bought out by the Hawks.
Marco.
So there's like a bunch of players available. They're not necessarily like game changers, but at the same time they can be like interesting pieces to add.
I could see Joe Johnson being a game changer in the right amount of minutes.
The thing that a lot of people are like waving around is Joe Johnson to the Celtics.
Celtics, Warriors,
so
and
great.
Rockets are the
No,
teams.
the Warriors don't need more players. The Warriors can die in hell.
Do the Celtics really need any more players?
They need wings.
Sure.
Yeah.
I also heard Thunder.
They need offense. The Celtics need offense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because he's ball dominant, so I don't know if he would really fit in. The Thunder needed Avery Bradley, and they just didn't get him. That's the one player that made so much sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Who would they trade for him though?
No, I agree. But I was like, oh, Robertson is down. Like Avery Bradley's a better version of him, and then suddenly you're a problem for literally every team in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're already a problem for the Rockets and the Warriors. But like if you add Avery Bradley to it, yeah, if you add Avery Bradley to that, suddenly it's like, oh damn. But yeah, so they don't get him. The Clippers sneakily are doing pretty well. Well, they got
for as well as they can be.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't sell out on Jordan. I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Honestly, I just think the market was not there for him.
Will it ever be?
No, they're just gonna lose him in free agency.
Yeah.
They keep Lou Williams for $8 million a year. That's like a pretty good deal.
What? We kept on hearing either to the Cavs for Tristan Thompson.
You mean DeAndre Jordan?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or to Milwaukee, I heard.
Yeah.
For, I guess, Thon Maker.
Jabari and Thon Maker.
Like, if they could have gotten Jabari out of that, that would have been great for them.
I'd rather just get DeAndre Jordan off the books, though. Just reboot. I don't know. You're gonna have to pay people some money this summer, anyways, if you want to keep Bradley and stuff. So, might as well. Why? Like, if you started they blew up Lob City. Why not just get rid of DeAndre Jordan in the offseason? Just
I think they should have. But yeah,
they should just move to Seattle. That's all I have to say.
Where's the Seattle love?
Yeah. Okay. Where did the Lakers go from there? From acquiring a disgruntled Isaiah Thomas, a retired Channing Frye, and a first-round pick.
The playoffs.
Retired Channing Frye.
Actually, how old is Channing Frye?
You don't want to know.
I don't. Do it. Just tell me. Give it to me. He's actually the one that I have not thought about.
I mean, he's going to be your backup Nance.
He's 34.
That's not crazy.
Yeah, but he's never been like an athletic guy.
Oh, he can shoot, right? We need shooters.
5 out offense. Let's go.
Sure.
So he's a worse version than Brook Lopez. Great. You're already playing Brook Lopez so many minutes, anyways.
Hey, we're playing him more minutes now. But
the point of tears.
I guess to be honest, it really depends on how Thomas is gonna do, especially if he's gonna come off the bench, if he's gonna be okay with that, if he can get his shot back. We were rolling with Clarkson. He was like our leading scorer, either off the bench or overall. He was
I feel like Kuzma's your overall leading scorer.
Actually, Ingram is now our overall leading scorer at by 0.2 points. But that was only as of last night. So, so Thomas and Clarkson, they're similar in the sense that I think they're both gunners.
Yeah.
Clarkson has been shooting much better as of late.
I think Clarkson's a better defender.
He's still not
length. He's not a good defender, but at least he has the size.
Yeah. So that's a negative in that. Actually, it's probably a negative in every regard, based on how Thomas has played this season.
As of today, yes.
As of right now, yes. But
I hear
IT has a bigger ceiling.
I hear Thomas is happy to play in LA for the season. So I guess they're not
If
going
he
to buy him out.
starts,
Yeah.
If he starts, he'll be happy. If he's not, he's gonna be. I'm not playing. Period.
I
So
really want to see
either
how
you
that
bring
situation-
KCP off the bench, or
But Luke likes having defense like in that starting
you
lineup.
can't play Lonzo and IT. You can't.
I mean,
That team is gonna get torched
meaning
every
he's
single
getting bought
night.
out.
Lonzo's defense isn't terrible for a rookie.
Yeah, but if you play IT, Lonzo's gonna have to guard 2 guards.
Yeah.
He can't do that.
I could see Thomas starting with Lonzo out right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for now.
Especially when we have
You don't really have a
Pope.
And then
choice
like
anyways.
buy him out once Alonso comes back.
I was a little
Goes back to the Celtics.
Oh God.
I was a little surprised by the trade. I remember waking up and seeing like 4 or 5 notifications from my sports app and like, oh God, what happened? And I assumed it was more Super Bowl stuff that was haunting me, but we're rolling right now. I think we're 12-4 in the last like 16 games, and like that's like tied or at least close to the best record in the last 15 or 16 games.
Yeah. Probably better on the Warriors right now. But yeah.
God damn it. But so I was a little surprised. Oh, we're gonna trade these guys when we just said that like we're gearing up for 2019 free agency instead of
Yeah, that was
2018.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the thing about it is, so they come out and they say, oh yeah, we're going for 2019, which
Who's it? 2019 free agent?
Clay, Jimmy Butler,
We're gonna take Clay.
I'm forgetting someone.
Clay's publicly said that he's not leaving. So good luck.
He's gonna have to take less money though. That's gonna be interesting. I'm forgetting
Both
one
he and his
player.
father have corroborated.
It's Kawhi.
Kevin Durant? Oh, Kawhi. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, I could say Kawhi. Kawhi's unhappy, supposedly.
Yeah, come to the Lakers.
If he's unhappy though, the Spurs are gonna trade him. They're not gonna like just let
They're
him
not gonna
walk.
let him walk.
So they gear up for 2019. So apparently now they're still gearing up for 2018.
And
they
Paul
c-
George has said he's very happy in OKC, and I don't think LeBron is gonna come to the Lakers, nor do I want him to come to the Lakers. But that's another
Really?
story. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the idea of LeBron just coming and like being our player and coach and everything.
Player, coach, GM, owner.
I also think
ball boy.
Father Time is gonna come eventually, and
Yeah, he's getting old.
like that's gonna be a very like, oh, we gotta win now situation. I like this young core, and I don't think the young
Okay.
core fits with a win now mentality.
yeah.
So you hate this trade?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, Isaiah Thomas isn't expiring, right? So you don't have to do anything with him if you're not happy. You don't have to sign him. Channing Frye is, again, probably going to retire at some point soon. I don't know. I don't know if he actually is going to retire, but,
I honestly liked Larry Nance
yeah.
better than Ingram. He just showed more.
He can't shoot, though.
What? Yeah, Ingram is a
He's an energy guy.
He's an energy guy, but I don't see a lot of star potential from Ingram. I don't think he'll need a team.
like Ingram is
And
gonna be our
Nance was,
future.
I think, going to be your best glue guy, Draymond Green kind of role, playing defense, getting rebounds, giving you guys those energy plays. I think losing him is a big thing for you guys.
I think saying that he's a good energy guy is different than him being better than Ingram.
I'm not saying he's better than Ingram, but I'm saying that I don't see Ingram being your future, and I could see you guys winning with Nance. I don't see you winning with Ingram.
Like, Nance was losing minutes to both Kuzma and Randall as the season went on.
Kuzma has the stroke to be pushed up to the 3
Mhm.
to play a bigger role, and
But
at that
Ingram is
point
our
you already
3.
have. Again, I told you I don't like Ingram.
Yeah, but like, what do you not like about him? Like, he's like our leading scorer. He is incredible at driving to the basket. Like, you saw what he did like against the Warriors in those games. Like he is continuously improving like his shot, his defense, everything. He has done an incredible job. Like being our point guard for these last few games. He's averaged something like 20-something points a game. Like it's like getting like 83% from 3-point. Like he's a better defender than Kuzma. Like Kuzma is he's a gunner, right? Like Ingram like picks his shots, and he's much more efficient.
I actually feel Kuzma's a better defender.
Kuzma is not a good defender.
Well, I don't think Ingram's a good defender. So between the two, I think Kuzma's better. Period.
I don't.
Yeah, but also, sorry.
I don't think you watch enough Laker games.
Okay, maybe that's true.
Damn, we have
Like-
beef.
Like
So
I've never heard a single person say Kuzma is like a good defender. Like that's like
Better
his
than
like
Ingram.
that's like
I don't
his
like Ingram.
like that's his
Well,
worst
maybe
part.
that's just me. Not
yeah,
like
but Ingram is 20 years old.
Yeah.
You got to give him some time. Kuzma is already 22.
He's like already matched like his Ingram has already matched his scoring output from last season, like at this point in the season. Like so he's like he is taking those steps. And he's like 20 years old.
Ingram is averaging 4 more points,
Maybe
1
I'm
more
being too hard on him,
rebound,
but yeah.
1 more assist, and he's improved his shooting percentage by 2% from the field and 5% from field goal from three-pointer. I think he's going to be a good player. He was born in September 1997. That's crazy.
Oh Jesus.
All these players are just so young. A lot of
And
these
now we
a
feel
lot of
old.
these players are peaking when they're 27. You know, like he has 7 years to improve. I don't know. I don't see it. Sure, losing Larry Nance might like have an impact on you guys down the stretch. You know, like at some point you're gonna kind of like run out of guys in that sense. But also like you have enough young players. I keep forgetting that you don't have your first round pick. If you had your first round pick next season, then it would be fine. But I feel like now you might be missing one player next year. So now it becomes like a 2-year project if you don't sign anyone. And if you sign someone, then that may be like the end of the like young revolution that the Lakers have, which is kind of sad. I'm like rooting for the Lakers to be good with that core of player.
Yeah.
I don't want him to add like a LeBron James that's gonna leave like 2 years later while having like fucked up every relationship in that building.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing I'm afraid of. I wouldn't mind Paul George. I think Paul George would fit pretty well. You just go small ball the whole time. Like who the fuck cares, you know? But like that's the thing. It's like if LeBron gets there, I mean that's a big if. But I feel like you're like 2 years away from doing anything. And who knows? I don't know. Maybe Lonzo's gonna be a star. No, just kidding.
I mean, hey.
No, he's probably gonna end up being an above average player, which is good enough considering what the Sixers did with the first round pick.
Hey, he's gonna be a father. Maybe he'll up his game with that.
God. He's averaging 10
I
points,
like
7
how
rebounds,
it's
7
now while
assists.
Lavar's in Lithuania.
Lonzo needs to improve his shooting. That's the thing.
His shooting was getting better before he got injured,
Yeah.
but we'll have to see if that carries
He's averaging 30% from 3 and 48% from the free throw line. 48.
over. Oh, our free throw shooting has not been great over the year.
The problem is that like that becomes a liability at the end of the game. Just foul Lonzo.
Yeah.
Like
Or
he's
just
shooting
foul
worse than
everyone on.
Andrew Drummond.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think someone like did a run through of like all of our close games and how many free throws we missed, and there were like a bunch of games that we lost by a couple of points that we missed like a good like 10, 15 free
Yeah, I think
throws.
that's a good point. But it's a problem when your point guard can't make a free throw. That's an issue.
Yes.
Like I'm not asking him to be like Steph Curry and be like a 90%, right?
Like,
Like
at
just
least
be
get
75 to 80.
Yeah, that's what I'd love the team to
He's
get to.
way off right now. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. At least he's playing sometimes.
Enough to
he's
make
been
Is
him
he
out-
getting?
want to
Are
foul
you getting worried that he's getting injured a lot?
a little bit, but
They're not like serious injuries, but he is being held out of a lot of games.
lately it's been his knee, I
Yeah.
guess. I guess this is the first time he's ever missed like major minutes over a season, but so maybe his body's just getting used to like the length and whatnot of an NBA season. But we'll see if it happens again next year. That's maybe when I'll get a little nervous.
Yeah. So
Make sure he doesn't go bowling.
Brian Colangelo just came out and said that Markelle Fultz may not return this season.
Oh.
I mean,
Which I think is hilarious. Because they traded.
trust the process.
They traded for the first pick to get him, and they might lose the Lakers pick because of it. Actually, if the Lakers continue to be good, then they're not going to keep that pick, I guess. But Man, that was a bad trade.
Hey, Lakers gonna make the playoffs.
Keep telling yourself that.
Okay. I think that's like all the trades. We talked about the Blake Griffin trade already. Is there anything I'm forgetting? The Pelicans get Nikola Mirotic. I feel like we've talked about that last week. Yeah. The Blake Griffin trade, the Mirotic. Bucks get Tyler Zeller, apparently. Okay.
Nets don't like twin brothers.
The Hornets get Willie Hernan Gomez for Johnny O'Brien right after Porzingis gets down. That's all, right? Yeah.
I mean, Hernan Gomez is a good pickup for.
He's young. All these players are so young.
For the Hornets, as long as Dwight gets out of there.
Is anyone willing to give Dwight another chance? I wouldn't.
Orlando.
If he signs with Chicago, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
Become a Lakers fan.
I mean, Chicago needs more and more bigs.
yeah, Chicago doesn't have enough bigs. Chicago has a wing that doesn't know how to shoot. I'm looking at you, Justin Holiday.
Stop hating.
I hate him so much. They have like 6 or 7 centers and power forwards, which they obviously don't need. I guess they got rid of Mirotic, but still. And
Bobby Portis, point guard.
Lauri Markkanen.
Oh, no, he's your point guard. Bobby Portis, shooting guard. There we go.
Yeah. Man, they need to do something about this. I don't know what the Bulls are going to do. That's going to be... I feel like the next 5 years of the Bulls is going to depend on which pick they get in the draft. That's like kind of like an obvious statement, but at the same time, it's like...
In before you guys draft another power forward.
So I said this before. I wouldn't mind getting Marvin Bagley Jr. and just play him with Markkanen, but I don't think they would... If they get like Trae Young or something, I'm gonna just flip the shit.
Is Markkanen in your future?
Yeah, I think he's a really good player. But
Is Bobby Portis your future?
No, get rid of him. Why did they trade Mirotic and not Bobby Portis? I still don't understand. So I would want them to get another a guy that could be like the main guy, because Markkanen is not the main guy on that team, and Justin Holiday is sure as hell not. Let's go over some of the games for next week. Oh, let's talk about the main game from last week where the Warriors got blown out by the Thunder a little bit.
Game? I don't know what you're talking about.
Was everyone healthy on the Thunder?
I mean, except for Robertson.
Yeah. Okay.
And they played without Carmelo Anthony for like most of the game.
Uh-huh.
Paul George was just crazy.
George and Westbrook went insane.
Paul George was just
Draymond
took it
got
to Clay
annoyed after getting his tooth knocked out.
Draymond needs to chill. Draymond's gonna become a liability if he continues for the Warriors. I know he's like your emotional leader and everything, but if he gets like thrown out during playoff games, that's gonna be a problem.
I'll start worrying when playoffs come.
He already has like 12 technical fouls. 14. Oh, Durant has like
even
12.
better.
Durant has 11.
It's bad. So let's go over next week. There's a few good games. Wolves Bulls, obviously. Great game. So today, Friday, is like the return, right? The Pistons play the Clippers, and then the Wolves with Jimmy Butler play at the United Center.
I want Rose to go to the Wolves,
and just
by the time the Bulls game happens.
They can have him.
I want to see the entirety of the Bulls roster from like 2 years ago up against the Bulls.
Just have the Knicks wave Joakim Noah and so those are two like not revenge games, but kind of like I don't know, like the return. I don't know how to say it. Spurs Warriors.
Spurs being the Warriors are playing like shit right now.
I can't get excited about the Spurs this season. That's just it.
Can you get excited about the Warriors before the?
No, I'm never
All-Star
excited
break?
about the Warriors. I'm done with them. They can blow it up.
I'm surprised we lost 2 games in a row. That was my biggest.
Yeah, but hey, you won against the Mavericks, right?
Oh. Woohoo.
The Cavs Celtics one is interesting. It's in Boston. The Cavs' new look against the Celtics. I feel like that's going to be a really good game.
It's going to be a good game, but I think they're going to need more time to mesh before doing
Yeah.
anything.
I agree.
The Cavs Thunder game might be more, but I still don't think that's enough time. I think they're
going to need like a month.
Yeah.
They're going to need like a month. Yeah, so you mentioned Cavs Thunder. I mean, that's it basically, right? You have Clippers Celtics.
Spurs and Nuggets will be an interesting game.
Yeah. Warriors Blazers is usually always fun because you just have like a 1 and a 2 guard like going after each other all the time.
The entire time,
like
yeah.
Clay and Curry and McCollum and Lillard.
I think Lakers Wolves will be an interesting game.
Okay, so let's and then we get to the All-Star break, right? Next weekend is the All-Star break, and then we're gonna have like 2 games the week after that.
I will mention this: the NBA fucked up in that they could not get Barack Obama on the celebrity game.
True.
And they could not get a LeVar Ball versus Michael Jordan celebrity matchup. You had one job.
Yeah, but LeVar Ball is busy in Lithuania right now. He can't come back for it.
He
has to watch over his kids.
He wouldn't. If he got invited to the Celebrity All-Star Game, he'd fucking go, and he'd fucking wear, like, full baller gear.
He wouldn't, though.
He does that anyway. So.
That's true.
If Michael Jordan is in the Celebrity All-Star Game, if I was LeVar Ball, I wouldn't show up. Because you're going to get called out for everything.
No. Michael Jordan's going to say, this is beneath me, and won't show up.
No, Michael Jordan's not going. Yeah, for sure.
And knowing that, as LeVar Ball, I would go and say he ran.
Oh, my God. On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you guys about the All-Star Game and like the All-Star Weekend in general?
The Team LeBron curse?
I guess that's fun. Yeah.
I mean, it's old school Warriors, or it's like Warriors from 3 years ago, versus with a lot of extra players, and then KD, LeBron. I think that's still insane.
I'll be honest, I have never cared about the All-Star Game.
I don't think anyone cares about
I feel like I care even less than before.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Well, I will say...
It would be more interesting if they released the draft order.
That's true.
So last night, I was at Submarine Crab, right? And I was watching the Laker game, and then some asshole switched it, and it was... They were showing, like, the 1998, like, NBA All-Star Game. For whatever reason on NBA TV.
I mean, back then they actually played defense.
I just thought it was like, so I've never cared about the All-Star Game, but I was like so interested in that game because it was like Jordan was like in his Bulls uniform, like playing on Team East. Like there was a young Afro Kobe with Shaq and like Nick Van Exel like on that All-Star Game. Yeah. And like freaking like Magic Johnson was like sitting on the sideline and being like, wow, like that Kobe, like he's really going to be something. Like it was... That's the only time I've ever been interested in watching an All-Star Game.
So what's interesting about this is that like back then you always had like all these rivalries between the players, and then suddenly you got to the All-Star Game and it was like, I guess we can be friends, but at the same time, like if you annoy me, I'm gonna freeze you out, and like all that kind of stuff like happened during the All-Star Game with like Michael Jordan and Thomas and all these guys, right? That was like back in the 80s, but still. And now it's just like they're friends all year long, and when they get to the All-Star Game, they're all friends. Mm-hmm. It's like last year when KD and like Westbrook like made up, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, an alley-oop," and I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then like suddenly they're back to being like annoyed at each other, and I was just like, I'm super bored of this. Like, I just wanted to get like 3 weeks from now when like the games start to matter for positioning and for the playoffs, and I think I'm just gonna shut out for like 3 weeks. And just not care about the All-Star Game.
So our next broadcast will be in 4 weeks.
So check back in 4 weeks. No, we'll be here next week. Anything to add?
Richard will be here next week.
No. Thanks Hojun and the multimedia team for producing the podcast.
Go Lakers.
Keep telling yourself that.
Go Patriots.
All right, we'll be back next week.
Sounds like a good set of teams.